Okay.
Right. He'll help you?
Yeah, I'm looking for Mrs. Russell, or Rebecca Russell, or Mr. Smith. Huh?
She's not here right
Mr.
now.
Smith just left. Miss Russell's not here. Can I help you, sir?
Well, yeah, see, I made a report about the superintendent and his faculty taking indecent liberties with my child and
Who did you
taking
make the report with, sir? Here?
the sheriff's
Okay,
office.
go ahead.
And then I made a report to Mrs. Russell about somebody taking and vandalizing my social media account, taking a video down.
Okay.
And 5 minutes after I made that report to Mrs. Russell here at the Sheriff's Department, I walked outside and a deputy handed me a letter banning me from Watauga County school properties on behalf of the superintendent.
Okay. Well, first things first, sir. Do you have a mask?
Oh, my.
Let's step outside.
Yeah, let's step
Before we
outside.
go.
I see you don't have one, but
Well,
I
just
forgot all
walked
about
in.
the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot all about the mask.
That's all right.
So anyhow, I told Miss Russell about that, and in the letter, it said that he had grievances with my video, and he construed it as a assault.
Speaking of video, is that thing going?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
And he said that my video seemed threatening to him, which what it was my 3 minutes at at the Board of Education public speech.
Oh, okay, yes, sir.
And I said, this is what I said. I said, it's not right that you take my son out of the classroom for 4 months, harass him, how you doing, and groom him for an abduction attempt, and then 4 months after you've started this activity of taking the child out of the classroom and harassing him with this counselor for 4 months, then you call an intake worker and she creates a fictitious petition and abducts the child out of school.
They abducted your
They
child.
took the child out of school and then they forced me to be a respondent for 8 months, taking all the resources away from the child. And they did that after taking the child out of the classroom for 4 months. Does that resonate with you law enforcement people? They took the child out of the classroom for 4 months, put him in a room with a counselor, and didn't tell anybody that they were taking him out of the classroom for anything? None of
You
his
didn't
parents?
receive any paperwork?
No paperwork, no nothing.
Well, first off,
It's illegal as shit to isolate and harass a child and
I can't confirm
do
or
that.
deny what you're saying because
Well, I don't need you guys to confirm or deny or
I
say
understand it, but
say it's a accusation.
trying to say,
They've
sir,
already
is-
confirmed it. It's
Well,
already been
okay.
through court.
All right,
What are you
so
asking
then
for?
what do you need from us, sir?
Well, I want the person who vandalized my social media account and took the threatening video off of it arrested for vandalization.
Well,
It wasn't. It wasn't.
Here
Fa-
they can mess with your social media. They can take anything down.
well, if there
What
wasn't,
what
it
social
wouldn't
media
have happened.
account is it,
It's
sir?
Facebook. And
That's Mark
Facebook didn't do
Zuckerberg, sir.
it. No, Facebook didn't do it because they tell you if you've overstepped the boundaries.
Who do you think did mess with your
Yeah.
Facebook?
Well, the letter coming from the superintendent implies that he did.
He don't have to do that stuff.
DJ Smith of the SBI came to me complaining about the video that was taken down and told me the video had been taken down and that he had concerns that said it could be taken down.
You say DJ Smith's an
The SBI.
Okay.
When did he talk to you about that?
It all happened in 18 and 19, mainly
Okay.
19.
When did you talk to him last about the video?
August 16th, 2019, I talked to Mrs. Rebecca Russell.
Okay.
Then we were
So the
waiting,
video was taken down 2 years ago?
something like that. But regardless, they're not allowed to take a child out of the classroom. That is trafficking
And
children.
When did that happen?
It is. If you take a child out of the classroom for 4 months and you do not tell the parents, you're grooming a child for abduction.
Who had the child for the 4 months? Where was the child?
He was my custody permanently.
Okay.
He was going to Hardin Park School.
Okay.
They were taking him out of the classroom, making him see Mrs. Jensen, I think you say her name different, the counselor,
Okay. Well,
and she was attacking his mental demeanor, and after she thought he was kicked down low enough, she called an intake worker, a rehabilitated crackhead named Carrie Triplett that works for social services that used to be a narc through the 90s, and when she got burned out on turning people in for meth that she was helping them get, then they moved her to the social services to traffic children in this manner. This shit won't stand.
well, I guess my question now.
It is trafficking a child. To take a child out of the classroom for 4 months to a counselor's chamber to be groomed for an abduction is human trafficking, and it is illegal. You cannot take a child out of a room and force him to go to a counselor without telling the parents, and that is set law.
All right, my question is this. This happened in 18 and 19.
Yeah, trafficking. It's not going to be tolerated.
okay.
That's the second attempt. That's not the first two
I
attempts
understand, Mr. Griggs.
of
Hold on,
the of
please.
Watauga County
Mr. Griggs,
Sheriff's Department. I mean,
we've listened to
Watauga
you, Mr.
County
Griggs. I'm just
bureaucracy is trying to abduct a child and
We
traffic them.
listen to you.
Let me
Now
let me ask you a
discuss.
couple of questions, okay? I'm trying to figure out what's going on. I'm not familiar
No,
with what's
I'm not
going on.
familiar with you either. I'm
That's all
Aaron.
right. Okay.
What's your name?
Patrick. So, this happened 1819, right?
I went through 8 months of court because of
Wait a
their
minute, wait,
terroristic
please,
schemes.
Wait just a second. So 1819, this is when this happened. It's now 21, pretty close, getting close to 22. What exactly would you like for us to do today? What do we need
I want
to do?
Rebecca Russell, who I came in and complained about my social media being vandalized.
She's not here.
I want to know what she found out, who she investigated, who she interviewed,
She's not
and what
here.
she
We
did.
will have her get
I tried to call the DA, like, your officer give me a incident number from where I made the report to her. I tried to call the DA's office, and they don't want to even answer the phone for some reason. I tried to get an attorney to go up and get the report, and he said, just go up there and get it yourself. You guys said you wouldn't give me one. It'd be redacted, and it wouldn't do me no good. It'd be all just...
All right, so again,
And I can't get any of that. I can't get nothing. And I got this clinical professional thug up here named Scott Elliott that runs the superintendent of Watauga County, stripping me of my ability to go to the public speech and air my grievances about their actions.
okay.
That's illegal. That's unlawful. That is stripping me of my constitutional protections, and I don't have to itemize them.
What did the DA say about this that you talked to him 2 years ago?
What? They ain't said nothing. They ain't done nothing.
Have you called him and talked to him again?
Who?
The FBI agent you were talking
Did you
about.
have a number of
DJ
contact
Smith come to
information?
my house harassing me because I made a video.
Okay,
He won't be back.
okay.
He should never be back.
Okay.
Ain't none of you should ever harass me again. But
Okay.
I don't take that that's ever
Again.
going to happen.
Okay.
Because
What we're trying to
every
figure out
time
is what
I
you
just
need us
let
to
shit
do.
go, hold on, I'm telling you why I'm not letting this go.
Okay.
Because every time I let it go, guess what? You guys won't let me be humble. You, the county employee, thug terrorist pool, always find something to attack me with. I cannot just sit at home and be happy. You won't let that.
Who is you?
Yeah,
Me and my son.
I ain't met
but yeah,
Huh?
you're saying
We've
you
talked.
guys, literally, you just said you didn't know me.
Well, I don't, but when I can associate you guys with the organization because you guys are all government employees that have been, I have been repeating myself for 10 years, and every step of the way, clinical professional thugs have tried to suppress my ability to communicate. So you guys are going to get something that is unnatural and very hostile because I cannot say, I'm not allowed to type a dissertation and publish it on my computer using the cloud. I can't even type this up in a clerical way and hand it to you because of the cloud obstructs my
We
composer.
don't have anything to do with the cloud. I
Well,
promise
no,
you that.
but Rebecca is a cyber detective.
To a point, yes.
To a
She
point
has no control
of
over social media or having things taken down or anything going on in regards to that.
it's
None of
not
us has.
out of, it's in this community that's happening. It's not Facebook. It's not nothing Facebook gives a rat's ass about. It's not Google. It's nothing Google gives a rat's ass about. It's some kind of vandalism that is locally
Okay.
occurring.
coming.
Do you have a suspect?
Who
Who
do
you
you
say
think's
there's a
doing it?
vandal?
I
We need to know
told
who-
you. The superintendent is the one who
Don't do that.
inferred. Then where'd it go? DJ Smith told me he knew about the video being taken away.
Okay.
I never got a
That's
notification
that's
from.
a state agency. We
Yeah,
can't
that
control
they are
We can't
terrorists to do defame my
we
to
have no
defame my
control.
social media,
The state is
to
terrorist.
suppress anything I say on social media
So you're saying
is the state and county government terrorism.
So you're saying the state and the county.
Yes, I am saying you guys are terrorists if you take one word or suppress the ability of a resident to say one
We don't know
thing.
what you're talking about.
We have
I have a letter the superintendent
Okay.
had hand delivered by a deputy,
Okay.
taking and stripping my constitutional protected rights
believe that.
away.
But if you're bringing me to-
Am I not allowed to
got
go
the
to the
letter, sir?
podium? Yeah, I've given it to Rebecca. She's got a copy of it.
Okay.
This was 2 years ago, and you guys ain't done nothing. I'm supposed to go out here and find a attorney, one of your detectives told me, said, well, go get you an attorney. I don't need an attorney. I got all you guys on payroll to defend me, and you ain't doing it.
We're not attorneys.
Okay, hold on.
You are on the tax payroll to defend my constitutional protected
We're on the payroll
activities.
to enforce laws.
And if somebody violates my constitutional protected activities, you're supposed to go over there without me having to pander to a third party. You are on the payroll
Let me
to
break that
defend
for you.
us.
No. You need to talk to the feds about defending your constitutional anything. We don't defend constitutional nothing. You need to talk to the feds about that.
So you guys can do anything you want
No.
to disregard my complaints.
No, you twist it around. But we don't go ahead and charge anything constitutional. That'd be the feds.
So what is the
feds.
county
State law.
hired
State law.
for?
State law.
State law, county ordinances, that's what we.
The state has to capitulate to the federal. The state has to be
We can't
in
follow
line
federal
with the
law.
federal laws
We
because
got
of the
that done,
14th
but we don't
Amendment. I
enforce
know
it.
that much.
Okay. But we don't enforce federal law.
Then the state is bogus, and you guys might as well hang it up and give us our money back.
Okay?
That's what I'm saying. I called a friend the other day, and I said, you know what? All those narcs in Watauga County for the 90s and the 2000s
Were they an attorney?
that have been out here double gaming the system, pushing drugs to high school and college kids so they could entrap them, all need to give their money back.
Were they an
You know
attorney?
what? I haven't heard anything back from them because they don't want to give their money back.
So I'm asking again. Is this person an attorney?
I'm not contacting an attorney.
Okay. Were they involved in law enforcement? Did they know their
I can't speak to that.
I can speak to it. Did they know their butt from a hole in the ground?
Do you know that you have a job to defend
Oh, I
us?
know I got a job.
Do you know a child's not supposed to
my
go
job.
out of the classroom without the school notifying the parent? Do you know that?
No, that's not true because I have a child in the Watauga County school system, and things like that are quite common in regards to any child. They can go outside the classroom to go anywhere that the school system deems necessary and safe. I know that to be true.
The
Because
kid's
like I
not
said,
supposed to go see a counselor without the parental unit knowing about it, especially not for 4 months.
Was there a court order in place?
No.
You're sure of that?
Yes.
And what did the school say about that?
Yeah, what was the school's reply?
They omitted it.
Okay.
Okay.
And they didn't give us a reply. They didn't give a rebuttal. They didn't give an apology. They let me go 8 months in the court having to be the respondent.
So you're saying this has been a court?
Yeah, I went to court after their actions.
What was the
The
decision of
judge,
court?
look, you're narcs in Watauga County. One of them smacked me on the face, and I wrote a letter to the DA because the judge let him go,
Which
was
narc?
this?
aiding and abetting
When?
Which narc, sir?
an assault and battery.
Which narc?
I'm not here to slander somebody.
Okay. When was it?
When then? What year, sir?
2019, 18 when I was going through the
Was it
DSS
a
case.
narc or a Watauga County Sheriff's Office narc, sir?
I don't know who he works for. I know he sells drugs, and you guys let him run around here without any consequences. And I know he can smack me on the face, and I let you handle it, and he gets cut out, and no prosecution, no whatsoever.
Okay. Well, in the
And now
course,
he's
you said
retiring
you-
back to Statesville, where he came from, and I've already wired them to be expecting his little short ass.
Short.
I'm not going to name somebody because I'm not going to get
Well, the only problem is I know everybody
caught
that
for
works in this
deflating.
county. And nobody matches that description. Period. There are no
Okay.
narcs.
So at the
in
end,
Watauga
at the
County.
end of
If they work with a judge and they're allowed to get busted and they're allowed to go with immunity,
That is not a narcotics officer.
okay, snitch.
Okay.
There we go.
There we go.
Now
That's it.
that-
I'm
okay.
sorry, I wasn't referring to an officer. I was
Mr. Briggs,
referring to a snitch
okay, see-
that hit me, and
I
Rebecca Eggers allowed him to walk out of the classroom. I mean, out of the courthouse.
Okay, that-
With
see,
nothing.
Well, but you understand our confusion.
No, you, the Watauga County Caucus of Government, you allowed somebody to smack me because I said, I'm tired of you telling me what the fuck to do. He literally come into where I was working and give me a bunch of orders, and I said, I'm tired of you telling me what the fuck to do. I didn't walk
Okay.
where he was working
So
and
you-
say,
the
I'm
court
tired of you
system-
telling me what to
The
do.
court system said did nothing in regards to that.
Right, and I wrote a letter to the DA
Okay, wait.
telling him that I wanted charges taken on the judge for aiding and abetting the assault, and the DA hadn't even written me back
Okay,
yet.
there's a big
Hadn't
mention
even
that Mr.
acknowledged,
Griggs has
hasn't
been
even,
found.
I hear it,
Okay.
hasn't even acknowledged that I wrote him a
Okay.
letter.
My question
He
is
won't
this,
even
if
give
you'll-
me a cover letter in response. That's fraudulent. That's defaming my ability to seek justice in this community. If I can write somebody a handwritten letter and they can disregard it and they're in a public seat of responsibility, they're assaulting my constitutional
May I
protections.
interject, Mr. Griggs, please? We hear what you're saying. You have 4 officers here.
Mm-hmm.
You've got about 40 years, probably 60,
More than
almost
that.
60 years worth
And
of
you,
officers.
and I'm getting education here because you guys
What we're
are.
trying to say is, at this point in time, where we are right now, what can we do to help you with this situation? What do you need from us?
I want to know who vandalized my social media from the school
Okay.
on behalf of the school.
The 4 of us here can't answer
You
that
can
question together.
call J.D. Smith of the SBI and ask him,
J.D. Smith or D.J. Smith?
DJ,
I'm sorry. Okay.
ask him who took it down because he got right in my driveway and told me that they had concerns and that's why
Okay.
it was taken down.
All right. So if we contact Mr. Smith,
But that's not even the video I'm talking about.
Okay. If I'm able to find who Mr. Smith is or Agent Smith, because I've been up here 20 years, I don't know him, but that doesn't mean he doesn't exist. What I'm trying to figure out is, how does he need to get in touch with you, or what do we need to do once we talk to Mr. Smith? What do you need?
Well, I'd like to see somebody prosecuted for this harassment and bullying and trying to traffic my child through the bureaucracies of Watauga County, North Carolina's government.
It's not trafficking.
It is trafficking. If you take a child and do not report
That's
it,
not what that word means. Just like when you just figured out there's a difference between a narcotics officer and a snitch. That is not what that word means.
if you take a
Second of
child
all,
out of the classroom
That's not
to
trafficking.
attack his demeanor with a counselor and you don't tell the parent,
That's not
that's
what that
against the
means.
North Carolina statutes.
That's
We're
not what
supposed
that
to
word
be
means.
notified.
Now that may be, but you need to talk to the school about that.
I can't. They won't let me. They won't answer me. They give
Well,
me
we need
nothing.
to call Agent Smith, one, but then you said it wasn't even about that video. What video?
The video where I walked up to that one was taken. 2 of them have been taken down, so I am confused as which video
Okay.
the superintendent's referring to.
Okay.
It could be one or the other,
you want-
but both of them have been vandalized and removed from social media.
Okay.
And the one where I was at the podium of the 3-minute speeches that he proclaims I'm disrupting his regular business and he can't have me up there disrupting regular business with my 3-minute comment a month.
Okay.
Now, these videos, were they on Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay, here's the only thing with Facebook. Since they're a private company,
If they take it away, they leave us a note.
They do? Okay, well,
It wasn't them. It was local. I got a letter from the superintendent
Well, what you need to do is
saying he had.
Yeah, I get that Facebook should have left you a note, and they normally do in the
They
past.
do.
For some reason, they may not have this time.
It wasn't nothing that they would give a rat's ass about. It wasn't in.
Facebook has changed so much in the last.
It don't have nothing to do with Facebook
Contacted
or
them and
any of
asked them,
this.
Hey, what happened to these videos?
I'm not calling
Is there-
Because they're a
Facebook.
private
Repost them?
company.
Huh?
Is there an issue with reposting them?
Can you repost them?
Well, no, that one I didn't
Didn't save it,
keep it.
didn't
Didn't save it.
Can you repost the other one, sir?
No, I posted them and erased them.
Well,
This
we're-
is an older
okay.
device. I ain't gonna erase this, but
Well,
it's not substantial
where We're
anyway.
at right now is
Where we're at
there
right
is
now
literally
is
nothing we can do at this moment.
what is it
until-
called when an agency uses their discretion to traffic children?
Okay, one, it's not trafficking children.
It is trafficking children. When you're using your power and authority to abduct a child and move him into a foster care situation that you want him to be in, away from his
And that's not
real family, that is trafficking. If you write a false petition and take it to the court to abduct a child, that's trafficking. If you
still
lie, okay, here, I'll give you
you
one.
still
I'll
have
give you
custody of
something.
the child, sir?
I'll give you something.
Do you still have custody of the child, sir?
Yeah, I'll give you something. I'll give you something. Carrie Triplett,
Doesn't work for the county anymore.
she lied on the stand saying she didn't know me from prior anywhere.
Then that's an
That is a
court system.
felony that needs to be
And
addressed.
that's a court system.
But that's a crime that you need to investigate.
That's the DA's office.
the DA.
I just give you officers a crime that has been committed, of perjury.
And the DA.
And the DA won't even return my handwritten letter.
Okay, maybe that's what the attorney we've asked you about repeatedly is for.
What attorney?
The one that you're
There ain't one here in the county to pick anything up. I'm not going to go solicit from a third party when you guys are on the payroll to defend us.
But we can't take your word for it simply because
It's not my word. It's all in black and white. If there was a detective that would look into it, it would all be right there. They are not trying to cover up the fact that they took the kid out. Yes, sir.
Is your telephone number still the same as last time, or has it
Yes,
changed,
it's
right?
stayed the
Okay,
same.
so what we can do is when Detective Russell comes back in, she's out working another case right now.
Well, look. This can's been kicked down the road
Well, no,
for
because-
for 4 years.
Well, here's the thing. We're going to talk to her, let her know.
I'm tired of it getting kicked down the road, and I don't have a problem coming up here every single morning or every single afternoon. I'm not going to let it stand where the bureaucracies of the schools think that they can take liberties with a minor and traffic them through the court system when the kid was in perfect